All right, before we even start, this is the weirdest thing. So I have Monday Night Football on the other screen because
What? Why?
are playing tonight,
Football.
and it's on quiet, but it lined up perfectly with our opening music. Their opening.
Oh,
It was unreal. It ended. The beats.
How accurately we start our time.
It was right on with their
We're
opening.
in sync with the lovely National Football League.
Yes.
But our show is so much more important, and you can tape that crap and watch it later. This you don't want to watch later. You've got to watch live tonight. You got to be with us because then you can join us.
Yes, you join us by going to EriDanLive.com. It brings it right up on the screen. Unless you're Reagan, then it freezes for you.
Yeah, if you're on your college Wi-Fi, you're on your own.
Yeah, you have to find somebody that knows how to get faster internet for you or something. But yeah, it is exciting. We're starting the Christmas holiday season tonight.
We are unofficially, thanks to Reagan, who is having some internet problems. She's brought the holidays early to the EriDan Film Festival because we're going to be talking about A Christmas Story. So this is going to be a very fun, exciting evening. We are going to then start populating the holiday wheel of reels to pick movies for December. We got a double feature coming up next week, so you want to be around and get your movies inputted so that maybe you get to help help choose the movie for next week.
Yes, and this is episode number how many now?
Tonight on the EriDan Film Festival. We are looking at, I am staring into the sky like I'm thinking, this is episode 78. And tonight will be our, and this, actually, I lied. This is episode 77 and our 97th movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
97 movies. So next week will be 98, 99.
Correct.
And the following week will be our 100th anniversary.
Correct. And we'll talk a little bit about some special stuff for that too.
We'll definitely do. That'll be a very special event.
It will be a very special event. Speaking of special people and special things, let's bring in all the writers, shall we? Yes, we have got Reagan, Wade, and Stacy are here to start celebrating the holidays. How was your Thanksgiving, people?
It was good.
Yeah. Reagan, you can actually see and hear people?
Yes.
That's exciting. Well, let's mess that up by bringing in some more people. Let's bring in Cody. Cody is here. Now, Cody, you said you've been streaming for 2 hours already on the internet.
2 hours and 12 minutes. Let's go.
All right, so let's just keep it going, right?
Oh, yeah.
For record.
And lastly, or at least so far, lastly, somebody who has probably not been streaming for 2.5 hours is that.
I'm sorry, Dave. This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
And hello to Dave.
Good evening.
So if you're watching, if you're one of the 6 people watching currently, no, if you're one of the people watching right now and you're thinking, well, it looks like they got a full house. No, we can handle like 4 more people. And we're talking about a movie that I believe probably a lot of people have seen. So you can either be in the comments and share your thoughts there, or you can join us, EriDanLive.com, and you can join us to discuss A Christmas Story. By the way, I posted this image on Facebook and it was taken down as false advertising. I have no idea. So take it advertising. But we're going to talk about 1983's A Christmas Story. Multiple taglines for this one. And starring Peter Billingsley, Gene Shepard, and a bunch of other people we'll talk about later. Budget on this thing was $3.3 million with a worldwide gross of $21 million. Critics and audience coming in very similarly at 89 and 88%. And this was brought to us by Reagan.
Oh, yeah. Christmas Story fan.
Oh, my goodness. A movie that is older than you.
Yep.
Should try out.
I have the poster in my room and everything. I don't know.
You need the lamp. You need the lamp.
For Geely.
I want the little one. They have like a, I want the ornament first of all, but they have like a little, what is it called?
Life size or nothing.
An ornament? An ornament?
You plug in the wall. The nightlight.
Nightlight.
Oh,
They
there
have,
you go.
they have one of those, and
That's
I
a
use
minor
it.
award. That's a minor award.
Yeah,
That's
not
not,
as fragile.
not a major award, really.
But I don't know. I just really, I thought about Christmas. There were so many other movies that I could have picked last week, but then we were talking about Christmas, and I just got excited for it. So it snowed here, so it's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I'm assuming, I know this was the first time I've ever watched the movie from beginning to end. I'm assuming, but everybody else, I'm assuming, have seen this movie multiple times.
Every year, this will be Josh's 16th. So I probably watched at least 16 years in a row.
Wow.
Because it's on nonstop. We just put it on a loop. Well, it's already on a loop on TNT or TBS or one of them.
Yeah.
I know it's on a lot, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people watch it a lot.
Oh, yes, it does. Otherwise, they wouldn't have it on the TV.
Yes.
Well, once it's paid for.
The residuals. But yeah, it's a classic. And then our local theater did the musical version of it a couple years ago here.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye.
There's two versions. It's the musical and the non-musical version.
Oh fudge! Oh fudge!
Oh my!
That's what.
Yes, it's a fun family story. What's crazy about this movie to me is, like, I forgot when I first started watching it as an adult that it was 1983. Like, I thought, oh, this is a movie from like the 60s or something. It's talking about the 40s.
Have that
I
feel.
forgot it was that recent.
Yeah.
There's. I'm gonna let you guys talk first before I tell you what I don't like about this movie.
Well, very quickly, I will share what Dave just shared with us, which is the actual street, the actual house in Ohio.
Wow.
There it is.
Oh, that's what you don't like about this movie. It's in Ohio.
It's in Cleveland. It's not just in Ohio.
Oh,
On Cleveland Street in Cleveland.
that's even worse.
There's
Yeah,
the
there should be
exterior.
across the street. There's a bench that was dedicated to the director because the guy actually bought the house across the street and turned it into a museum.
Look
and
at
gift
the-
shop.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh,
Ours.
whoa!
Yeah.
Field trip.
That's hardcore. I noticed there is a sign in front of the house.
A
Now,
Christmas
is the
story
house-
gift shop.
So that's but is the house is somebody living? Is that somebody renting?
A
Or is-
guy, a guy bought it and completely renovated it and ripped out the interior to make it match the interior shown in the film, which of course were not filmed in the house.
right?
Then he bought the house across the street and turned it into a museum and gift shop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a friend of mine is like a big fan, and you can go stay there.
Oh, it's
Wow.
TNT.
Stay in the house, yeah.
Rachel Klein was just there with her family. Rachel Bauman. They were just there a few days ago, and they have pictures on she
Wow.
posted pictures on her Facebook page.
Yeah,
I wonder how
it
much-
is an amazingly popular movie.
Yeah, I wonder how much these houses would cost to stay at overnight.
But yeah, when he bought it, I think he paid like $150,000 for it, and I guarantee you that the values in that area have gone up.
Oh, look, you can actually
Oh,
go
you can
in.
go in.
Oh,
You can touch things. It's not.
Yeah, but he can go in with that.
Oh,
There it is. Oh,
That's-
there it is.
Fragility.
nice.
There's the kitchen. Holy moly, they really did.
kitchen's in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Brady Bunch house that they redid and passed it.
Well, yeah,
You have to live within the architecture of the house. So
Wow, that's very cool.
That's
the lamp is in the window too.
that's wild.
Not broken.
Not
That
broken
is-
yet.
That's one of the tiny things that makes me go "Grr" when I watch this movie is if he had just waited for the glue to dry before he put the shade on, it might have held up.
I know. Sad.
I'm like, will you just calm down about your leg? Like, geez.
And then they said it's plastic, but it shatters like glass.
Well, it made a sound of glass when she broke it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh well.
Uh,
Well, I used to watch this at my parents'. They'd have it on all day when we'd go over on Christmas Day, and I never saw it from beginning to end until a few years ago. We finally sat and watched it, and I'm like, oh, now I like it better and I understand it better than I
Mhm.
did the first time.
there are a lot of screaming kids in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
No,
It
really.
reminds me of being little.
You know, when he and his brother are fighting over getting into the dresser first. I was here first, Ralph. You know, that reminded me of being a kid.
Yes, my
Yeah.
Right? That's why I love it. Yeah.
It reminded me of being a parent of 2 young boys, and I'm like, no, I don't need that. Adam doesn't feel it holds up very well. And Dave, you're going to love this comment, which is, I'd rather watch Christmas Vacation a million times over this.
My dad loves Christmas Vacation.
That I will not agree with.
Yeah.
These are not surprising comments from Adam.
No.
Right.
No.
I would not be shocked. I would be shocked if he actually was like, I love this. And did you guys, as the riders, have any affection for the Red Rider gun, even though it's spelled differently?
Of course.
It's spelled wrong.
That was almost
It
my
is
name
spelled
today.
wrong. It's spelled
Yeah,
wrong.
it is.
But we should probably have one on our intro there, you know?
That's probably true. And,
With the compass in the stock and the thing that tells the time.
The thing that tells the time, I'm like,
Yes.
a sundial? I actually said a clock. And then I read later that they added the clock and the sundial after 1983.
Yeah, it was not.
No.
The one thing that there are continuity errors if you try to match the time, but that doesn't bother me because this is the remembrances of adult
right.
of
Yeah.
his childhood, and you never get the
Yeah.
details right. So
Exactly.
the fact that the Little Orphan, that the movie, you know, The Wizard of Oz had just come out, which would have made it 39, but the Little Orphan Annie decoder was from 1940, and the song didn't come out. The Bing Crosby song didn't come out till 43. That's just a kid with his memories all mashed together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it works.
Make a
Yeah.
story,
Whether
yeah.
all this happened in 1 year or whether this is multiple years of memory being matched.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that I'm fine with. I
Yeah.
just found it really annoying. My wife told me that the reason I don't like this movie is because of a happy childhood, and that she felt that she had this reminded her of growing up with all the yelling and the screaming and the fighting, and it made her feel very fond for Christmases of old. You must not have had that growing up, and your childhood was happier, and so that's why you don't like this movie.
I had a very happy childhood, but I love this movie
Yeah.
because, I mean, you know,
that's
part of it is
for it. No, I'm kidding.
maybe I'm just though I realize that Reagan loves it, and she's obviously much younger than I am. But when I was a little kid, we still had a coal furnace, and I remember my dad fighting the clinkers in the coal furnace, and I got my mouth washed out with soap once.
Oh,
I never got threatened with that until my parents saw that I watched this movie.
oh, nice. So last week,
I got this.
Don't at me like that.
boy, and we're gonna wash your mind now.
So you know, even memories that you don't think, well, fighting with your brother isn't a pleasant memory. Getting your mouth washed out with soap isn't pleasant, but it's memories of childhood. It's memories of family. It takes.
I don't remember
This
anything.
movie takes me back to being a kid in a way that very few movies do.
So you were a kid in the 40s. I didn't know that.
No, but
So
I feel
much
the
younger.
same way, and I was like an early 2000s kid, you know, like
I felt the same way about Christmas, and I'm Jewish.
Right.
Well, so was the guy. Yeah, the guy who plays Schwartz, the kid who plays Schwartz is Jewish. He was talking about going to visit Santa and telling him what he wants, and he says, "No, I'm Jewish, but you still got to hook me up, right?"
Nice.
Oh my.
Yeah, we got some comments. Adam's
Adam's right.
not awful, but you know, it looks a little bit like an ABC movie.
I can see that.
Lucia?
Lucia didn't like it either.
Yeah. How about that?
Now, Adam says the two best parts were the tongue stuck to the pole.
Oh, yeah.
And the Chinese restaurant scene, which made me, at the end, I go, oh my God, they're Jewish. That's what Jews do for Christmas.
I agree that I agree that there are two scenes, and I agree about the Chinese restaurant scene. The other scene that I did like that I did enjoy is when he actually gets the actual Red Rider, you know.
yeah.
And it's the father. And
No
it's
one likes the bully scene.
No.
Oh, yeah. The bully scene.
I love the bully
It's too
scene.
real. It's too real.
I agree, and I imagine beating up the boy like that all the time, and I never did. So that's why I
Yeah,
haven't seen.
I did it one time, and it's not all it's cracked up to be.
It was Cody. So no, I'm sorry, guys.
No.
And it was in church.
Wow.
Wow, I think that might be more interesting than a Christmas story. I think I want to hear more.
I want to hear this story. I've heard of
Listen
a
to
holy
me.
war, but come on.
His mother came up to me in church and said, "We have a problem."
I like how you zoomed in on yourself. That was perfect. Very good spacing. I like that. He was like, his
Well,
movie.
and the director, do you remember? Did you see what movies he directed before this? The 2 movies immediately preceding this?
No.
I missed that.
Porky's and Porky's 2.
Yeah, if it
Oh
wasn't,
my
that's I now have to edit my 5, but that was one of them. Was if it wasn't for Porky's being a success, he would have never been able to get this movie made.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes. Now Lucia asked if she should watch again as an adult, and when was the last time we all watched it? Well, this week, because it's our movie of the week.
Today.
We just watched it. Some people watched it today.
Yeah.
I watched it in June.
She did.
And see, I was already an adult when it came out, but I still loved it like a movie that I would have seen as a kid because I let other people talk.
Because you're a kid at heart.
I mean,
Darren McGavin did play the father role well, and you know,
Jack the Night Stalker played the dad really well.
well, yeah, Darren McGavin did get the role, but do you know who the role was supposed to go to?
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson,
Wow.
and he was
Wow.
ready to do it.
Tone a little bit.
Bob Clark didn't find out until they had already shot the movie.
Here's Daddy.
Yeah. They had already shot the movie, and they were like, "Well, we're not going to reshoot it just to get Jack Nicholson." Plus, that would have doubled the budget.
right.
Yeah.
He would have been that high.
That'd have been weird too.
It wouldn't have done as well.
Now, when they did the play here, and they did the Chinese scene, the Chinese restaurant scene, they did do the fa ra 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 ra, and everybody was like, "Oh, is this going to be politically correct?" It's like, well, you know, it goes back to: is it art? Is it? I mean, they're not making fun. I mean, it's in the movie.
And it made it a little better that the manager, the Asian manager, was trying to correct them. So it wasn't saying all Asians can't pronounce their L's because he was clearly doing it right, but for whatever reason they just couldn't do it. And yeah, it's a little marginal today, but it didn't bother me.
I don't think you'd see it today at all.
We do have a good question. What is your takeaway as an adult? For all of us other than Eric that are adults, what is
Now,
you have more toys than any kid I know.
Exactly.
yeah, you know so many kids.
One.
Or do you? Or do you want to have something you want to talk about here? Dan's all best friends are in high school. No,
One of my best friends are from high school.
He still hangs out at the high school.
And Adam does mention also they made a sequel to this, which was
Yeah.
Yes.
As most
Number
sequels.
one with Charles Grodin and Mary
Oh,
Steenburgen.
oh
Yeah,
wow.
which is
Charles Grodin.
They're
I did
very
Charles
good
Nelson
actors,
Riley.
but
Sorry.
That's just not right for the roles.
No.
No.
Say, if you're in Pittsburgh, anytime around the holidays, usually at the local con that happens, they get all of the kids. Not Peter Billingsley, but like every other kid that's in this movie. The comics con circuits. Like every
Peter
year.
Billingsley was one of the executive producers on Iron Man, so I think he's probably
Yeah, he doesn't need.
wealthed
he's in
himself
them,
out of
yeah.
having to go to the con circuit these days.
Yeah.
He's
He was
in Iron Man.
and
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
he has a modest role in Iron Man, but yeah, he was an executive producer too, so he didn't just take home scale; he took home executive producer bucks.
Yeah, it's fine. So, does anybody have a takeaway that they'd like to share from Lucia's question?
I'm not sure what her.
Yeah, I didn't see it as a kid, so I don't really.
My takeaway is don't work with kids. There was just honestly one of these movies that I found, audibly annoying because of how often there were just screaming kids in the movie, and it's just like. This movie's annoying me. Like if I was in Target and I heard the screams coming from the next row, I would go to the other side of the store.
What did you think of the Goonies?
That's Target, and when you're teaching school, it's a little different.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a teacher. I don't have that level of patience. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, to me, the audio from this movie is they lost 10 points.
Oh no!
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
of this
see,
movie.
I love the movie because the school reminds me of Chippewa Elementary, which you guys didn't go to.
I did.
I was South Beaver.
I was
did you?
Chippewa.
And those doors are old wood. Not anymore. They redid it all. But the old wood floors. And that just reminds me of being in Miss Bellissimo's room
Oh, yes.
5. And that was the only old room I was in. 4th and 5th grade, I was in the newer part. So that's why I like it. It reminds me of being in school. Even though we didn't dress the way those kids did, it was pretty close. But It just reminds me of school, and that's why I like it.
And Miss Shields, I thought, was really well cast as the teacher. She really did strike you as that sort of matronly, really good.
But young, but still matronly. Yeah,
exactly.
What were we gonna say?
Yeah, and I did have a red suit like his little brother wore. I was a little older than that. But, I could put my arms down, but
You had the bunny suit.
No, I didn't have a bunny suit.
Peter Billingsley still has
the
that.
bunny suit.
Aww.
Peter Billingsley says it's in his mom's attic somewhere.
In the attic somewhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
That should be in the Smithsonian.
It should. That scene where she's dressing his brother, I couldn't breathe. I'm like, oh my gosh, let's get this boy to school.
That's how she feels. I put on my wetsuit. I'm like, hey, look. And she's like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Put your arms down when you get to school.
Exactly.
Oh, but then the screaming. No, sorry. The screaming starts.
I've repopulated my 5 freaky facts since we've already done all of them.
All right, are you going to do it? You ready? You're going to
Let's do them.
All right.
If we don't do it,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, so freaky.
All right, cut off.
If we don't do it.
if we don't do it now, they're just going to go over them, Ken.
I know.
That's very true.
It was long thought that the old man's name was Hal, because the old man is in front of the house admiring his major award / lamp, and his neighbor Swede comes up to him and says, "Damn, hell, you say you want it?" And a lot of people thought he said, "Damn, Hal."
And that neighbor is the director.
Yes, it's Gene Shepard. No,
Yeah.
it's it inspired the creation of the TV show The Wonder Years,
Really?
I didn't
Yep.
know that.
I can see that.
because you've got the narration of the adult kind of telling the
Oh
story.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Telling the story, right? That I can see.
Which also, and then The Wonder Years inspired the Goldbergs, because you've got
Young Sheldon does the same thing.
young Sheldon's doing it. And Ralphie says he wanted the Red Ryder BB gun 28 times in the movie. And he said it to everybody except his father, who's the one who
Yeah.
eventually bought it for him.
Right. See
Yeah.
how
The department store in the Santa scene is the Higbee's in downtown Cleveland that became Dillard's in 1992, closed in 2002, and now it's the home to Jack's Casino.
Ooh.
There's a casino in downtown, and I think it was also the exterior they used maybe for the Drew Carey show,
That's what I was gonna say.
because I think it was Higbee's is where he was supposed to work, wasn't it? Or something like it. And finally, Ralphie's two friends are named Flick and Schwartz, and the role of Flick, of course, is played by Scott Schwartz.
Exactly.
Yes,
What a guy.
casting.
that's so freaky.
It's anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semites.
Ouch.
And Lucia shares that her 7-year-old sister made her stick her tongue to a deep freezer when she was about 4, ripped off many of her taste buds.
Lucia, thanks for sharing. Ugh.
No, listen, I used to do that to things just because of this movie. Like if I was outside, we had a boat, and I was like,
Mhm.
and I got stuck. I got stuck on the freezer downstairs in the basement whenever we had a metal bar on it.
Well, I'm glad you didn't watch 127 Hours when you were a kid.
I can just saw this off. It'll be fine.
I'll be good. I probably would have actually, knowing me.
Now, see, Lucia did learn. She learned.
Wow.
So there's a lot of people in her neighborhood that were talking like this for a few days. And I did look it up. They actually, that was not a fake tongue. They used a suction cup, like they had a suction. So he
Yeah,
put
they
his
got
tongue like
super
on a
big.
hole.
Yeah, hose. That was boy
Yeah,
suction. Yeah.
So
And you
he
can
was
even
able
see
to.
it whenever he goes to put it on. Like it kind of like pulls him in a tiny bit.
And all the kids would try it. They thought it was really cool. And one day, as a joke, when he was stuck to it, the producers and all the kids played a joke on him and said, "Okay, guys, let's break for lunch," and they all left. And he was there with his tongue suctioned to the thing.
Nice.
And the other kid said he was just like in the movie. He's like, "Guys, come back! Guys, come back!"
I'm
Beautiful.
just really mad at Ralphie for leaving him. The bell rang.
And he's like,
Don't tell the teacher.
But the bell rang.
The bell rang, but he's out there stuck. So we came in.
well, that's what I was thinking too. That always made me mad. But then, like thinking about it right this second, it was definitely because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble if I say anything." So like,
Yeah.
And not get my Red Ryder.
I don't
BB gun.
know.
I don't know.
All right. Well, it sounds like that lull means it's time to score this sucker.
All right, let's do it.
The EriDan rating bot 6000. EriDan rating 6000. EriDan now activated.
All right. Let's do this.
All right, so we got to grab. We'll start with Dave. Why not? Oh wait, no, we should start with Reagan.
Yeah, you start with Reagan.
Oh, well,
Set the standard
I
here.
really like this movie. It's like I don't have the same childhood, obviously, as Ralphie did, but there are like parts of it, especially like talking to my grandparents growing up too, like the way that they would talk to me about stuff, the way that even my mom would talk to me about stuff, or like the other side of my family. It just kind of, it just reminds me of that. Like I just think that there's like a bunch of things that I've learned growing up about that time period that this just fits it really well. And so I think that I can appreciate that, like as somebody who really enjoys that kind of stuff in movies. I think that's why it gets me so much too. But I love like all the small things too. Like whenever his dad comes home, I noticed this yesterday for the first time whenever we watched it, or the other day whenever I was there watching it. But whenever his dad comes home, he's such an impatient person that he doesn't even wipe off the snow on his car. Like, it's like, there's all these small little things that I just really, really love about it. Like, I don't know. I can't even, there's just so many different things. And it reminds me of Christmas, no matter what. I don't really know why. I guess it's the snow because in Pittsburgh, you don't get snow, but I don't know. There's just so much about it that I just really like and makes me feel like the holidays. It makes me feel good. I don't really know. There's just a bunch of different things, but it also does at the same time in a weird way remind me of being a kid, because I wasn't one of the kids that grew up with like all the phones and everything like that, like you have now in my classes, who were like, yeah, I grew up with the cell phone in my face. Like, not me. I was like outside rubbing dirt in somebody's face. I don't even know. Like, that's what we would do like that. So I had the whole like playing outside with my friends and not triple dog daring anybody, but you know, we just had that dynamic kind of going sometimes, like growing up and playing in the snow outside and just different stuff like that. So there are small pieces of it that do remind me of my own childhood, and then like hearing stories, like I said. So I just think, even though there are pieces of it that are kind of weird or done differently or could have been better, I don't know. I just really love it. So I think it's perfect that it's the 97th movie, because I was going to give it a 97.
Wow. There we go.
Dang.
Wow, 97. Dave.
Yeah, well, I love this movie. I mean, I can't even always put my finger on exactly why, but this movie makes me feel good. It really does. It's I think it's two things. It's childhood. Well, three things: childhood, Christmas, and family.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it is. And I know there's yelling in it, sure, but that is a very loving family. And you know, when Randy's hiding under the sink because Daddy's going to kill Ralphie, you know, he cares about his brother. When the mother doesn't tell the dad exactly what happens with the fight, so Ralphie doesn't get in more trouble.
Mm-hmm.
When the dad, despite what anybody says, gets him the BB gun at the end. I mean, it's just a loving family. Yeah, it's a family that has a few issues, but it's really, I mean, compared to some of the movies we've watched and some of the dysfunctional people we've seen, a few people yelling at each other, to me, in no way detracts from all of the good feelings I get from all of the parts of this movie. And there are still things I catch that I have never seen before. I think Dan will appreciate this. I had never noticed before that the 37 Olds he's driving has suicide doors in the back.
Those, of course, the doors that open this way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, because that means if you're driving and the door opens, the wind will pull the door open instead of closed. And in the days before seatbelts, that was considered pretty dangerous.
Jeez.
I could quibble about one or two tiny things, but there's nothing I dislike about this movie. It's that rare air, and it's a solid 98.
Ooh, he went up one. All right, Cody.
Oh no. I already think I'm not going to be as low as Eric, and I'm not going to be low anyways.
Don't let other people's scores influence you.
I'm not. I love this movie. It's definitely, this was the first time I've watched it in probably a little while, a couple years, but it, more than reminding, like, parts of it and aspects of it definitely reminded me of my childhood and how I related to the movie. But more than anything, the movie just reminded me of my childhood watching the movie. Like I could remember watching it at my grandparents' house. I could remember it watching with my grandpa, and like all the different things of my life, like experiencing the movie, and I was like, oh, I caught myself in the middle of the movie. I was like, I can't judge it based on this. That's like unfair. It's like it's not based on the movie. It's based on my emotions. And like I was like, I'm ready to rate this like a 99. I'm ready to rate it a 98. And after watching it again, I still love the movie. It's phenomenal. It's like you said, it's about family. It's about Christmas. It's all this stuff, and it's very real. Like the yelling in my family existence was real. Like I experienced that, and like my mom lying to my dad or not telling him the full truth to make sure that I didn't get in more trouble was true, and more times than not. And so I just really enjoyed the movie, and I really enjoy even the bully scenes of like there's even an aspect of, you know, watching out for yourself and taking care of business and all this stuff. And like you kind of almost see Ralphie go through not becoming a man, but like becoming able to step up for him or step up and defend himself, which was really cool. And the comedic relief, the part I know that you guys already talked about it, put your hands down when you get to school or whatever. He just keeps putting it down, goes back up. I love the movie. And I don't think I'll ever stop enjoying watching it. I don't think I'll sit there and watch it for 24 hours like it's on TV. But a couple of times during the holidays is always a good thing. So I'm going to give this a 93.
All right. To the writers.
Go ahead, hon.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I didn't see this when it came out. I could have, but I was in Japan then, so I probably didn't really see it until it came out on video or on TV at some point. But yeah, I liked it because it was kind of fun. It did remind me. I mean, we had a coal furnace, and I remember the roads when they were like snowpacked like that and stuff.
He lived further north.
Yeah, it looks like that now, up further north.
Further north. So, and I did like how the movie. I like the narrative way that he does the movie. He does it really good. Actually, when we got the DVD, and there was like extras at the end, and there was one where he's doing a radio show where he's talking to somebody about his movie or the book, I think at that time.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the guy who they double dared to put his tongue on
the pole,
electric pole that was like a stainless steel electric pole in Indiana. So I'm like, oh, fun, you know. Anyways,
wow.
And then as BB guns go, of course I had BB guns, and we would have battles where we would like fight each other. And nobody put their eye out though, so I don't know.
That's where I get it from.
That's why Reagan didn't get a BB gun for her birthday, for her Christmas ever.
Yeah.
So I'll give it. I'm not as in love with it, but I'll give it an 85.
He loves it. He's just not in love with it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
He's not going to marry it.
No. Like I said, I hadn't seen this movie as a kid. I didn't remember. I remembered seeing the book at school on a pile of, I think it was in Mr. Guandolo's class, but that was earlier than this movie came out. So I don't know. But I remember the cover, it was Reagan's shirt, and not knowing what it was. And so I didn't see it until my parents started putting it on TBS on Christmas Day. And I'd be like, what is this? And like I said, finally watching it all the way through, I'm like, okay. And then Reagan became addicted, and it's Christmas time, so we watch things over and over. No matter what it is with Reagan, we watch it over and over and over.
Yeah.
And it started to grow on me. And we did watch the summer one too. And Charles Grodin is awesome, but not after watching Darren McGavin. Yeah. And the first time I watched them, I didn't really like the mom and dad together, Darren McGavin and I forget the lady's name who played the mom, but now I love them. I think they're perfect together. I think so they grew on me. And like Reagan said, he's an impatient man, obviously, and just I don't know. The things I love about it: the snow, the Christmas lights on the tree, or the big old lights, I love that, and they just use a few colors. I just stuff like that reminds me of growing up in Columbiana when we had the lights like that outside, and I just love it. So I think I'm going to give this movie an 89.
89. All right. Adam hasn't given his score. Anyone else in the comments? If you want to put your score in, you can do that. I don't know if my mom's watching or not.
I mean, if you haven't seen it for like 15 years, then maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah,
Melinda
in
Dillon
the last
seems
week or two.
Melinda Dillon seems to have often played mom. She was in Close Encounters. She did Harry and the Hendersons after this, where she played the mom.
I remember her Close Encounters.
Yeah, she really feels like that's a comfortable fit, that type of role for her.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll go next because that's the order we usually go in. I don't remember this in 83. Like I don't remember going to the movies and seeing this when I was 13.
No.
But I do remember it before I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. So when I started watching it 16 years ago, I had definitely seen it before. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
And it's always fun to watch. And I think it is a fun little romp, if that's what you can call it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it a solid 90. It's an A.
Yeah.
It's not an A plus.
Not in my high school.
plus.
It's not. My high school, that's a B.
That's a ridiculous scoring system.
I know.
All right. We can all be happy that Denise refused to watch this movie. Denise does not like this movie at all.
That's okay. I didn't like Grease, so it's okay.
So she absolutely was like, I don't think I'm gonna. She's like, if I can, I will. But then she's like, no, life is too short. No, she didn't say that. Those are my words. But that's at the end of the day, if this wasn't a Christmas movie, this would be like a 35 for me. Like I really. Yeah, but I do love Christmas.
But Christmas is such a core part of this movie. That's like saying, if Star Wars didn't take place in space, it wouldn't be as good.
Well, and that's just it. And so I love Christmas movies. I love Christmas. I think they did. They did what they could. No, I understand why for some people this means so much and this strikes every chord for them. And my wife is one of those people. She loves this movie. She would watch this movie every day throughout the holiday season.
Not my wife.
I got through it once. And so,
yeah.
And it's just not for me. At the end of the day, this is more about the things that irritate me about the holidays than they are about the things that really truly about the holidays. So I ended up at a 69.
I expected that.
Barely a C. Not quite.
Not a Cody school.
Correct. That's
a failure.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Tammy says she's sorry. The movie's good, but she tends to skip it when it's on. So she's giving it a 75.
Yeah, I'm not one of these people that watches it every year. I think it would get stale. I probably watch it every several years, but I always love it when I see it.
And here's Adam's score, 64.
That's pretty high.
He has left the fives and the zeros, I think 3 weeks in a row now.
He just said if you add the two together, you get 10.
He's now going for powers of 2.
What was Tammy's score, by the way?
75.
75. Thank you very much. All right.
If anybody else wants to score, you can put it in there. But we have a huge assignment tonight, so we have to kind of get to it.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to discuss.
A lot of stuff to discuss. We got a huge thing happening.
So I'm not gonna update the graphic for us tonight, but I will let you know where this is sitting at the moment. Last week we watched Rear Window, which ended up at an 84 point. Font's too small to read.
6.7.
6.7. Thank you very much. This ended up right below that with an 84.44, which is our highest rated holiday movie of all time.
Wow.
It used to be Elf, coming in at 82, and this has done significantly better, all the way up.
I agree with that.
0.44. So, so how about that?
Can we, before we pick the movies, can we pull up that? I forgot all the movies we did last year. We did Elf.
We did Elf.
Christmas Vacation.
Pee-wee's Christmas.
Pee-wee's Christmas.
The bottom half, because that's where most of them sit.
Mixed Nuts.
Pee-wee's, Mixed Nuts.
Bad Santa.
and Bad Santa. Yeah, I think that was it.
That.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
good.
Santa
Okay.
Claus.
The
yeah.
Santa Claus was on there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we did the Santa Claus as well.
You animals.
We did 6. Wow.
Yeah,
So there's probably a double feature in there.
double feature. Yeah, and there
A
must
lot
have
of Mondays.
been five Mondays.
All right. Well, now I know.
All right, so yeah, we'll do the wheel. We'll do the wheel first, and we've got some other things to discuss. So and other things to share. So let's go to the holiday wheel of reels.
Ho ho ho! Feliz Navidad.
Where's your Festivus poll?
I got to pull that back out.
Feliz Navidad.
Ho ho ho.
Feliz blah blah blah.
So we are going to we're going to create a wheel, so everybody gets an opportunity to put one holiday movie.
You
Christmas.
can say Christmas.
Holiday. No, it can be 8 Crazy Nights.
Or that's the one.
Or there's a New Year's Eve movie.
No.
There's some New Year's Eve movies, or Die Hard. No, you can. We're gonna put one holiday movie on the wheel, and then we will spin the wheel twice to come up with the movies that we are going to be watching for next week. So this is your chance to participate if you have a movie that you would like to add to the holiday wheel of reels. And here I can bring this up right now. It just says yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
I'm going to bring up the first movie. I thought we did this one last year, and apparently we did not do this one last year.
What is that?
Love Actually.
Ah, there we go.
Adam will hate it.
Yes, he will.
But there's nudity.
Or he might not.
Now.
I really like it.
Let's spin the wheel now.
Is that the Ryan Reynolds or is that the Emma Thompson?
That's the Hugh.
Emma Thompson, Hugh Grant,
Hugh Grant.
Bill Nighy,
I see it in your finger.
Martin Freeman.
That's a charming little
The
role.
guy from Die Hard. Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rickman's. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other guy. I knew
okay.
he was in there.
I got mine.
All right, Adam's got his. Home Alone.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Adam.
Now that's the new one on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah. Let's just make that the wheel. Just spin it. See what. No,
Yes, there we go.
That's our double feature.
I'm on the riders anyway, so.
All right, I'm going old school. This will be the oldest movie I have ever put up, and I'm putting up Miracle on 31st Street.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yes,
31st or
I
34th?
never watched
34th.
that one.
Yeah,
Eric-
not
Eric
the
was 3
Sebastian
blocks off.
Cabot remake.
Oh, not the remake.
The multiple remakes.
Steet? What is a steet?
Yeah,
You know.
the Natalie Wood one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll
All
know.
right, I got mine.
So good.
Go ahead.
Jack Frost.
I thought you put Home Alone on the wheel.
No, that was Adam.
That was Adam.
Adam.
I get Adam and Cody mixed up because they have facial hair. You know.
And one's on the show. And
One
in the
is
comics.
way better than mine. So
is this the Martin Short Jack Frost?
no.
No, there wasn't a Martin Short Jack.
No, it's
Oh,
Michael
Michael
Keaton.
Douglas.
Yeah, it was Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
I was thinking of Santa Claus 3. He plays Jack.
Yes. Yeah. With Martin Short as no, not that one, please.
Jack Nicholson is Jack Frost. No.
I'm gonna go old too. I'm going with not the renamed remake with Whitney Houston, but the original, The Bishop's Wife.
Oh,
That's a good
yeah.
one, too. Cary Grant.
Can we just
Yep,
watch
Cary Grant and Loretta Young. Yeah,
Yes.
Loretta.
and David
Some British
Niven.
guy was- yeah, I was gonna say some British guy was the priest.
It was-
David Niven. I'll go. I'm gonna put out Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh, yes. That's a good one. That's so good. There's so many like famous people on there, like actual famous people. I was like, wow.
That was a good book by John Grisham, actually, called Skipping Christmas, that's based on. So
There are.
it was good.
So much to consider. So many movies out there. Nobody's gonna put up Harold and Kumar's Christmas. I'm kind of disappointed.
or Medea either. No.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Medea's Christmas.
Or wasn't there a Hey, was there a Hey Vern? It's Christmas, an Ernest movie?
Sure, there was a Vern.
It's on Christmas. It's on Christmas. It's on Disney Plus.
Oh, of course it is.
It's friggin' even knows where it's at. Gonna pick one.
I don't have any.
Do the
What?
What about the thing?
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, another movie I've never seen from the beginning to end.
Oh, you have to.
Actually, I don't.
Yeah, I could fill the wheel myself.
We'll just watch a Christmas Chuck episode.
My Jack Frost was actually the 1997 horror Christmas.
We could
movie.
watch the Festivus
Just
episode of
kidding.
Seinfeld.
Just kidding.
For the rest of us.
All right. Anybody still thinking? Anybody?
Over there.
Nobody put up Krampus, really?
No way. Oh, Shazam! We already watched Shazam though, but that one's not really.
It's not a Christmas.
No, but it's on a list.
But it's
The
a
worst
Madonna.
recent Christmas movie we saw was probably a couple years ago because it wasn't certainly during COVID. We went to see the movie Last Christmas,
Okay.
not really knowing what it was, although knowing it was sort of vaguely based on the song.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It is absolutely the creepiest Christmas movie I have ever seen in my life.
That's what I heard about it. Yep.
Okay, I have one more. The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Wait. Didn't you put It's a Wonderful Life?
Yeah, I thought. Does everybody only get one?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's okay, Mom. Just take mine. I was
There's
gonna.
no packing the wheel here. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
We're
it's
just
been all
talking about
right. Or
Christmas. I mean,
yeah. No, you might get. We'll probably let people add another movie next week.
okay, my mom has one.
Oh, excellent.
The Holiday.
Oh,
Oh, my sister likes that one.
I don't know that.
Grandma. My mom likes that too.
Tammy says yes to Home Alone. Does that mean you want to add it again to the wheel?
Malone.
Give it a second, or do you want to just you agree?
I think she's just happy that Home Alone.
Oh, because you could add. I mean, we could have it on there twice. That's part of our.
Technically, Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's on a list.
Kinda.
There's a one with Linda Hamilton. Ma, you're in a Christmas movie.
Which one's that?
Silent Night from 2002.
Silent Night, Deadly Night?
It looks like it. A German mom with a son. I don't know. They celebrate Christmas Eve, Germans and Americans, and it's supposed to be a nice thing.
Oh, it's supposed to be nice.
It's probably kind of scary, but it's fine. I don't know. It seems fun.
Did you choose one yet, Reagan?
No, I have no idea. I was going to
Pick
say Polar
one.
Express, but we're all going to die.
What A Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, I don't like that one.
Which one was that?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
I never watched it, but I'm not interested in it at all.
Watched it? Oh, wow.
I don't know. It's never got me. I don't know. I was trying to think of like the original, like the Frosty the Snowman, like the original Frosty or something, you know?
They're only half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, the Colbert Christmas special is quite good.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, so my sister has put on Arthur Christmas on the list.
Arthur's Christmas.
Arthur Christmas.
Arthur Christmas, yes.
Caillou's holiday movie. No.
Oh.
Can't believe no one put the Grinch on there.
That was on my list as a possibility, but Bishop's wife won out.
Yeah.
Which one, though?
The good one.
The good one, the Jim Carrey.
Well, yeah, the Jim Carrey one's good too. I meant the animated one.
Oh, boy. The Mike Myers, the Jim Carrey.
Yeah, exactly, right?
No, can I change mine? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot it.
What did you do?
Can I change mine, please?
You can change yours.
Okay. Jingle All the Way.
Oh, goodness.
Christmas with the Cranks, was that yours? Or?
No, Home Alone was his.
Oh, hey,
No,
Jingle
Jack
All the
Frost
Way.
was mine.
Jack Frost
Frost.
was okay. Never mind.
I
Is that
can't
the
believe I almost
Schwarzenegger
forgot.
one?
Yes, that's the Schwarzenegger one.
Oh, my.
Good shade. Oh, my.
That is my favorite Christmas movie ever.
Wow.
I can't believe I almost forgot about that.
Sinbad's in it.
Oh, it's Christmas.
Oh, man. It's going to be a rough
I've only seen like the first half hour.
Get to the Honda.
No.
You can learn a lot about people from their favorite Christmas movies.
Oh man, it's so good.
It's very true. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Anybody? A Year Without a Santa Claus.
Those are half hours though. They're
Those
not
are
really-
not.
Reminds me of the old joke. with
should
the
put those on the double feature night and have
Yeah.
the second feature be a half-hour movie.
Well, that's how we ended up with Pee Wee, but
Well, this is a double feature night, isn't it?
yeah. We are. This is definitely a double feature night. But no, I think we can keep it full length. These aren't long movies. You don't get 3-hour Christmas movies usually.
Love Actually, I think, is a little long because there's so many stories in it.
I love
It's actually not that long though.
Oh, okay.
Love Actually.
It's only 3 hours.
Well, Dan sleeps in between movie one and intermission. He makes his own intermission.
Yeah, he re-edited it so each of the stories is separate and just watches them each individually.
Yeah, I treat it like a series.
Podcast. It's a podcast for him.
I can't believe I almost watched that movie.
Why is he whispering?
Adam says he'd gladly watch Jingle Over the Way over a lot of these other movies.
Yes.
We'll put Die Hard in there, Adam. Come on.
Wait, they have Little Women on one of these lists. Is that a Christmas? It's number
That's not
7.
a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's kind of Christmassy.
It's technically Christmas.
Yeah.
Part of it.
It's the old debate of is it a Christmas movie just because it takes place at Christmas time? And to me, that doesn't really.
And it's only a
Word.
part of the movie.
Yeah.
It's only,
Right.
It's not the whole movie.
So we only have to watch that part, right?
Oh, we forgot about a very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
Are you guys
Yeah, Eric mentioned it.
Did you mention it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just
While you
scrolling
were
through the list now.
sleeping.
Was I asleep, or are you saying the movie while you were
No,
sleeping?
While You Were Sleeping was on a list too.
Not
We already
that-
watched it
We
anyway.
watched that already.
We watched
I
that
know. I'm
already.
not picking. I'm just looking at them.
You're on a bad
He's
list.
just on a stream of consciousness about Christmas movies.
Right.
I could say Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Oh,
I don't
Trading-
even know. I'm
We
probably not
already
gonna
watched
pick because I picked
Trading
one,
Places,
so.
but that's considered a Christmas movie.
That's rough.
I'm on the Rotten Tomatoes list.
That's true. That would make Trading Places one of the 2 blackface Christmas movies because Holiday Inn would count too.
What about Mixed Nuts?
That was last year.
We did that.
That was
was it
last
really?
year. Yep.
Edward Scissorhands.
That's a Christmas movie.
It's on there. It's on the list.
Parts
Yeah.
of it take
It
place.
Yeah,
snows.
I kind of remember that a little bit.
Yeah,
I tried to put that one out of my memory.
I've never seen this movie. What the heck?
Well,
The Night Before with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and Anthony.
Oh,
Mackie.
we love that movie.
I've never seen that.
I think I've seen
That's
it.
one of Margaret's favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never
Yep.
seen it, but I want to watch it.
Now, when you say it's the Miracle on 47th Street, you're talking 1947.
47th Street.
I mean 4th Street
34th
from 1947.
1947.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're talking about that's the number 2 on this list. The number 1 is It's a Wonderful Life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Holiday Inn's number 3.
Holiday Inn's It's
It's
okay.
okay.
Holiday Inn is only partially a Christmas movie too. 'cause
Holiday
it
Inn
does
has
take
not been
place
good
in-
since Mr. Pease went away.
Oh, nice. There's a Beaver Falls hotel reference. Yeah, Reagan, you could take your mother's suggestion of the Muppets.
No, because I don't really.
See, I
like-
prefer a Muppet Family Christmas to a Muppet's Christmas Carol.
No, I think I'm good because I already picked a Christmas movie, so we're good.
Oh, that's true.
Well, that's all right. I think we're ready then. Let's spin this thing because we got our other business to do. All right, here's the first spin of our double feature. Got stuck there for a second, and it is Home Alone.
Yeah.
Woo! Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin. Catherine O'Hara.
Culkin.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin.
What
For
a guy.
the win. And our second movie will be
Home Alone 2.
It's a Wonderful Life. Wow, we're going with the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave.
I was just thinking, there's someone in the household who loves Christmas movies, and those are probably the bottom of the barrel.
Aw.
It's gonna be a
Oh,
Now, did she make it through?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I think she didn't hate it as much as she remembered hating it, but she still didn't like it.
I understand that. So, all right. Wonderful. Well, we've at least got a couple choices, and there will be multiple more weeks ahead where we can we'll get some of these other movies chosen. I think that's reasonable. So, and I think what we're gonna do is who put a Home Alone on the wheel?
Adam.
Adam.
It was Adam, and it was It's a Wonderful Life was
Me.
all right, cool.
Yeah, another Rider movie. Who'd have thunk?
Okay, who would have thought? How
Well,
about
they do have almost 40% of the.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, cool. All right, wonderful. All right, well, so since the end of the year is approaching, what we're going to be doing is over the next month, we're going to be taking a look at what people's favorite movies were from this year, right? So we're going to take a look at a couple of those tonight before we discuss what other things people have been watching. And I decided we're going to pick on the writers first.
Rightfully so.
And we'll see basically, I'm curious to see if people agree with how they rated the movies this year. So we're going to start with Reagan.
Okay.
So Reagan, I'm going to bring up these were your top 10 rated movies that we reviewed in 2021.
Oh, The Apartment. That was such a good one. I still talk about it. It's so good.
Reagan's top 10 movies started with Room, which you suggested. Forrest Gump, Iron Man, JoJo, Rear Window, October Sky, 127 Hours, Apollo 13, Star Trek, and The Apartment.
Well, I think the movies that sometimes stick with you are ones that you knew nothing about, and you go in and you see it, and it's like, whoa, that was a total surprise. Because you knew you liked October Sky, you knew you loved Room.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Room was my 100%. And so then I think Forrest Gump was one that I had never seen anything for. I just, everybody talks about it all the time. That's it. I didn't even have to watch the trailer. You know what I mean? And then The Apartment, I didn't watch the trailer, but I think Dave, you suggested that one. And I just loved it. It was just so...
It's a wonderful movie.
It was so good. And then Apollo 13, I like space movies, but I didn't know anything about it. And it reminded me of shows and movies that I've seen before. Everything else was something that I picked or liked because my parents also picked it or something. But all the other movies, you're right. They were ones that I just never really watched before.
Yeah. So any surprises on your list? Are you? You're pretty comfortable with this.
I'm comfortable with it. I'm just surprised that, well, not really, but there are some that I picked them, so it makes sense. But I was a bit surprised that Iron Man was so high. You know what I mean? Really I didn't remember that it was the third one.
There was a lot for Iron Man on that episode.
There's also the effect when other people are really raving about a movie. There's a human nature aspect to bump it a little higher.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at Wade's list. Here comes Wade's list.
Boy.
Here we go. Forrest Gump, Rear Window, Princess Bride, Iron Man, Cruella, October Sky, Apollo 13, Star Trek, Shazam, and Terminal. And no Top Gun.
That's what I was going to say. Why didn't Top Gun get on there?
Not in your top 10. Not as far as your ratings went. It didn't end up in your top 10.
That's why.
Must be at the soundtrack.
That's why.
It could have been a little too much of that. Let me see. I will check the list here if I can pull this up. Let me
Probably
see.
11.
It was number 11.
Let me see. So hold on, I gotta sort these. Descending. Actually, no, not even close. Yeah, if we went down the list, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When does that end? Where does that list end that I gave you? That
The Terminal.
The Terminal.
10.
Good job, Reagan. Where does your top 10 list end? 10.
Okay, that's probably appropriate to this down there.
Yeah, no, Top Gun is another 8 or 9 spaces down. For you, Wade. Yeah, it's, you know. Yeah. You didn't. I don't think you loved it.
Yeah, but Forrest Gump was that's classic. That's a good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
No.
What else was on there? Star Trek. Star Trek was definitely a good one. I picked that one, I think.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good one.
Iron Man was good. Cruella, I really liked Cruella.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Then
Yeah,
Princess Bride's just a classic. That's just everybody loves that movie.
It's true. All right, and we're gonna do one more. We're gonna take a look at Stacy's list for the year. Stacy ended up with Rear Window at number 1, Forrest Gump, October Sky, The Princess Bride, Shawshank Redemption, Iron Man, The Apartment, The Great Race, The Sting, and Some Like It.
Stacy, the other person who liked The Great Race besides me.
You got the Great Race in there? Nice.
Did we watch that one? Was that one that I missed?
Yep.
No, it was from last year, and I don't remember.
Did you just randomly get on?
I don't know.
I put it on the wheel. I remember that.
I didn't. I wasn't on the show to watch.
She's denying that she was here for.
There were
great-
times where
I wasn't
she was.
there. I listened to it.
No,
You
you,
might have
showed up like
commented.
randomly. And I'm sure if you've watched it before, you probably rated it.
Actually, Stacey, what's interesting? You just joined once for the Great Race, and either you were in the comments or you, and it was once, like in January. It was, and you scored just that once, and then you didn't come back for 2 months afterwards.
Wow.
And a month after that, you started coming every week.
Yeah.
But it was just you.
Yeah.
For
I didn't remember that I did that. I remembered that I wanted to be there because I like that movie. And it was Wade's favorite movie when he was a little boy.
I was going to say, Dave, that was my favorite movie.
I loved that movie as a kid. Absolutely, yeah.
You had
That was-
book.
That and Jerry Lewis movies were my real passion as a kid. I love Slapstick. What can I say?
I think Natalie Wood being in it probably helped a little bit.
Oh, it didn't hurt.
Is that Natalie? Is that Natalie Wood?
That is Natalie Wood. Absolutely.
Oh, I think it was
The Miracle on 34th Street, Natalie Wood.
Oh, that was her sister. Sorry.
It also had Jack Lemmon, who I always love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
it.
it was a lot of good characters in it. It was fun.
Peter Falk.
I had my guy in it. He was the Baron.
Oh, yes, that's true. It did have the bear. Yes.
I did not enjoy that movie.
Yeah, that was Ross Martin.
Yes, it was nice of no one to put the Wild Wild West movie on the wheel. We're sort of avoiding that in honor of you.
I gave The Great Race a 37.
I remember you.
What did I give it, Eric?
A lot of people thought it was way too long.
You gave it a
Yeah, it is kind of long.
An 83?
93.
A 90?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you really liked it.
She said, "Oh, Russ Martin."
Yeah, that's why it was that sword scene.
Yeah.
That's what I do whenever.
It was very long. I remember watching it as a kid, and my mom we were at my grandma's house in Freedom, and the intermission came on, and we drove home during the intermission so that we could get to the second part at home.
Wow. Wowzers.
Yeah.
That's how she
There
lives.
you go. We'll take a look at more of these through December. And anybody, basically, if you're still with us and you've rated more than 10 movies, we'll bring up a screen card for you.
Here's your top and only 10.
Right? You never
In
know.
order.
So yeah. So and so on a programming note, and we'll talk about this more next week about the actual logistics. Dan and I were talking since coming up in 2 weeks will be our 100th live stream.
100th movie.
We the day before whatever movie gets chosen for that week, what is the 100th movie, on that Sunday the day before, we're going to do a non-broadcast watch along where we'll watch the movie together. Anybody who wants to join, just lets us know and we'll get you a link, and we'll all watch the movie together.
That's fun.
Because we can stream it through this without going online.
Nice.
I'll be home by then too.
See, there you go.
Home for Christmas.
Maybe we could all just go down to Eric's house and then.
Or you're-
He lives by the airport.
we can live stream from here now. So yeah, but what we'll figure out the specifics, but that'll come up, and that should be the 12th.
The day after Reagan graduates.
Ooh.
Oh, well, how else would you want to celebrate?
As far as you know.
Dave, bite your tongue.
I don't want to talk about it, Dave. That is too real for me. Hold on.
You haven't taken your last finals yet, have you?
No. Hold on.
It's like a dream.
Don't reserve the banquet hall yet.
No. I'm doing okay. I'm just stressed.
So one thing that I remembered from this time last year is when I started making all those stupid videos where I was putting our faces on things.
Yeah.
And I just want to share one real quick that is ready for this week already. If you guys have a moment. Hopefully we have sound for it. Are you ready?
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
You know,
That's
you guys have to
freaky.
recreate this now.
You look a little like Robert De Niro.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Okay, was that supposed to be Eric? Because
That was Eric.
Freaky.
I need better pictures of everybody because I'd like to put all of you in one of these too.
Cool.
No.
I'll get you some.
So I'll check your Facebooks to see if I can find something. That's right. I said your
And
Facebooks.
we'll stalk you online and
Well,
steal
when we
pictures.
were talking about calendars, I was trying to talk Stacy into let me do like the Top Gun movie thing, and I could stand on the side of an airplane up here like that, or like I said, or you could just Photoshop my face on there.
On the airplane, like JJ the jet plane.
No,
On the person standing next to the
You know, I
plane.
can stand on that.
I was like, what?
There's one more I want to share.
Dayton.
I
Or
wanna
like
show
the front of an airplane, the front of Air Israel.
This one's almost a little bit scary. This is me with hair and the ability to dance
Wow.
from the movie Love Actually.
Oh boy.
Straight up, you look like Alan Rickman. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, not anymore.
Not anymore. That is so Hugh Grant.
Yes.
Wow.
Hugh Grant with my face.
Oh, that's the guy from Notting Hill.
Yeah.
Yes. He's in Love Actually.
Yes.
Huh.
All right.
Nice.
I think I can't believe we did all that, and we might still have time to talk about what else we're watching. I don't know how you did it that quickly, Eric. That was amazing because I'm like, I don't know, it's boom. We didn't even rehearse it more than 3 times.
Well, I've been anxious for this discussion. No.
I know what Eric's been watching.
Did anybody watch the movie
Hawkeye?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It.
Yes.
Hawkeye.
2 episodes. Only 2.
2 episodes out of 6. 2 out of 6.
The last 4 are going to be wild because I didn't
Wait.
think the first 2 did much.
Before
Yeah.
anybody gets
No.
hyped up, I really need to rain on the parade for a second. Whoever wrote that needs to be fired.
Whoever
Because
wrote what?
He was terrible.
Hawkeye.
It was awful. Haley
Yeah.
Steinfeld's cool. I like Hawkeye. I like what's happening. I think that's a really cool concept and everything. But the writing itself is stupid. And Vera Farmiga, as her mom, is an idiot. I don't know if that's the point, but she is.
That's the point. I think that's the
And
point.
that's all that I have to, like, are you
I
kidding?
think you got to let that play out. I
She's
loved
too
it. I think
stupid.
it's awesome. I think it's,
I'm waiting for BJ Honeycutt.
I'm waiting to see Yelena because I know we're gonna.
I'm waiting for Hot Lips.
oh, you're
That's Yelena.
Loretta Swit.
Klinger.
Yeah.
Hawkeye's excited for Florence Pugh to make her return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I hope it's as good as Eric claims it is. But I've just always thought Hawkeye was such an incredibly lame character, and I've thought that for 40 years.
And my wife is like my wife's takeaway was I've hated his character and thought he was just sort of a stupid addition. And she's like, this is my favorite Marvel series so far.
I've never hated his character, and I've thought I've thought Renner did a decent job. It's just he's always been so lame. He's surrounded by Thor and Hulk and Iron Man. He's like, I'll shoot an arrow.
I will say this: they tried to humanize him a lot in Age of Ultron when you met his family.
Yes.
This they're doing it way more, and I love it. And like seeing like the just stuff that's happening to him mentally because of other things, it's just crazy.
No, it's just the dialogue pisses me off.
Yeah, whenever
That's everything.
when you were like on Facebook, I think it was, you could put in your character traits and it gave you which Marvel character you were. And of course, I was Hawkeye. I was like, oh great. And now I got my own show, so I'm okay.
I would
I was
end up
Stan
being
Lee.
Aquafina. Shang-Chi. That's who I would be. I know for a fact.
Oh, I totally thought you were talking about.
That's who I would get.
Bottled water.
Yep.
No, not
I thought it has possibilities.
She has a tall glass of water. No. Adam shares that he got his opening tickets for Spider-Man No Way Home. But it was there are reports about how bad the online system just went down everywhere, and many people are anxious to see this movie.
I understand being anxious to see it, but just wait a week and then it'll be easy.
And Adam actually is enjoying Hawkeye, which is
Wow.
really saying something.
And I don't think the first 2 episodes are all that good.
I think they're adorable.
but I know they're
Adorable?
they're
adorable.
It's
I love
the-
what they're doing with the characters.
I started watching it. I haven't finished it yet, but I did like the musical. That's all I'll say.
Dan
Not to
saw the
spoil
first-
anything.
Right, the best part. I was like, I'm really.
that guy wasn't even there.
It's really
I'm
Seinfeld, but I just was not.
watch it again.
I of course am watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I laughed out loud at this week's episode in several points. There's some really, really funny caca in there. And I don't know how I got down this rabbit hole, but there's an actor, comedian named Kirk Fox, who I sort of know. And I saw that he did Bulletproof 2. I'm like, oh, wow, he did this cool Bulletproof 2. What was Bulletproof 1? Like, I don't even remember it. And I thought maybe it was like a Leonard Part 6 where they just did a Bulletproof 2 and there never was a 1. And it was like 20 years ago, Adam Sandler and one of the Wayans did a movie called Bulletproof. It had an 8%
Ouch.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
On the tomato meter. And it got a sequel.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That's really a slam though, Dan, comparing anything to Leonard Part 6.
I know. But so I watched it, and basically he plays the character that Adam Sandler portrayed in the movie, and they're like the real life versions of the people that the movie was made about. So he's like, I can't believe Adam Sandler played me. And the other guy's like, oh, I can't believe. He goes, at least you got one of the Wayans. They're all pretty. I got Adam Sandler. It was just kind of weird how they kind of made the sequel into that. And there was, that's all.
Kind of like a prequel thing. Almost.
Yeah, it was Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler. And it was 25 years after the movie came out. And these guys are the real people that the movie's supposed to have been based on. So it's like a pre-sequel. It's like a prequel and a sequel. It's a prequel.
It sounds like a bad idea.
I've also been watching Cowboy Bebop.
My sister likes that.
If you haven't watched it and you don't know anything about it, it's a great show. If you have watched the anime and you're into the comic book, a lot of the critics online are giving it a lot of crap. But we had some friends that came by last night that are comic book nerds, and they love the original and they love the Netflix show.
Yeah.
So I recommend it.
I'm watching My Hero Academia. That's where I'm at.
What?
No one knows
What
what
is
that is.
that?
That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's an anime. It's an anime.
Oh, anime.
Where are you watching that on?
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
And I know Eric watched Dune and was not a big fan.
Oh,
Did you see the original? Did you like the original?
I did not.
The Sting version is awful.
I have not.
The old one. Oof.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal with Dune, right? There are people who will love this movie, and I totally recognize that. You know, if you love Blade Runner, there's a lot of sand, right? So you're gonna love this.
If you love Blade Runner, there's a lot
Like
of
Spies Like Us.
Well, there's some snow in Spies Like Us. There's no snow in Dune. I mean, you know, and Dave and I were discussing about the fact that yes, sometimes pacing matters to me more than it should. It felt really long and really slow and really boring. And a lot.
Yeah,
There were a couple of people here that when I'm watching a movie, I'll be able to say 10 minutes in, well, I know some people say, this was way so slow. I was so bored.
Yeah, I need something to happen.
Was it better than the first one?
Speaking of bored and slow, this is interesting because Adam made a comment about the Beatles Get Back special that's on
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
That's on Disney Plus.
Wow.
I found it.
Wow, 100.
Really, Adam? Wow.
I loved it.
It's interesting, but boy, is it boring. It's really slow paced. I feel like it is the kind of thing I would have to I'd have to be doing something else while I watched it.
See, I would just want to sit down and watch it.
I got through. I honestly was in and out of the room while my in-laws were over on Thanksgiving watching it. They only made it an hour through. I kept in and out, and even those times that I was in the room, it was like, oh my gosh, are they still talking about this? You've got to love some Beatles, and you've got to have some real patience to watch. I mean, it's spectacular what they've done, and that they've taken amazing amounts of footage and turned it into something that is watchable. But it's 3 parts. Like it is the length of the Lord of the Rings series.
Wow.
Each part is 2.5 hours.
Here's what I will say about it. I honestly think if it was any shorter, it wouldn't be. I mean, it's good because you realize first off, Yoko Ono was not the weird thing that everybody thought she was. It's like she was there because John wanted her there. It is so slow, super slow. But when you see them all of a sudden develop a song, you know, like Get Back, like he's just kind of strumming on his guitar. He go bang, and it just all of a sudden just it develops.
They should have kept those lips.
Yeah. Yep.
Missed opportunity there.
Yeah, because you know the original, the long and rocky road. You know. Yeah.
Yes. Well, there's a Billy Joel story when he was writing Honesty that he didn't have words for it yet. He said the music, and Liberty DeVito, his drummer, started singing "Sodomy," and he goes, "Okay, we got to come up with a word for it. We can't use that." So that's they came up with Honesty.
Did you ever see the movie Yesterday?
Yes, I saw it yesterday.
That's a very interesting movie. If you're a Beatles fan, it's a fascinating movie. I'm not sure it's great, but it's interesting. It has interesting ideas.
Yeah, it seems like a cool concept. I was never hype on the Beatles or anything like that, but I know them, obviously. So.
There's some real surprises in it. I think it delivers.
That's good.
Yeah, there's a holy ass moment in it for sure. The guy out loud said, "Holy Nike."
Yep.
I finally caught up on Dexter. Who else really watches it? I watched all of it. I watched it in like 2 or 3 weeks, and I was fine personally, psychologically. I was doing good, but I'm also like in the midst of like trying to graduate, so I did not talk to anybody. I was like, I have
can confirm
in my life, and that's it. Like that's what I was. But I caught up to it, and now I'm on like the episode 4 of season 9, and I'm really nervous. Like,
we should take a poll. Is Reagan going to bring up Dexter first or Chuck first in any given?
Dexter, I'm not obsessed with Dexter. Chuck is my life. Dexter is not.
But you brought up Dexter first this time.
No, I brought up Chuck earlier. I said
you did?
Chuck
I missed
Christmas
it.
movie.
She was lamenting that Chuck didn't have a Christmas special.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
She did. Chuck.
4. No, but I also watched Blade Runner a couple weekends ago, but I wasn't here last Monday, so I couldn't talk about it. But I watched it, and I didn't care about it.
You would not have been alone. There were a lot of people that were. It was a very divisive movie.
I didn't understand it. I watched it with my friend, and he was like, oh, this is this great part, and you feel, and I was like, but the movie ended, and I was like, what? Like I didn't feel for anything, and he was like hyped about the unicorn thing, and I was like. I don't care. I don't care.
You didn't feel when Rutger Hauer died? That didn't.
No, I was like, that was stupid. Why is he holding a bird? That's what I said. I was like, what? Like that's what I felt about it. I was like, I don't get this. And he was like, oh, well, he's sad because like he couldn't be a human and this and that. He's dying in like 4 hours or whatever.
I don't think it helps having someone try to explain it to you while you're watching it either.
Well, that was part of it. But then there was like small, I don't know. He was just telling me about something like, there was like something in the bathtub, and I was like, "Oh, that's a scale." And he was like, "How do you know that?" I was like, "Cause it's a scale. What do you think?" Like it just was like just the way I couldn't. I was like, and I'm not emotional towards movies usually, and so I just did not care. I was like, I don't care that he died. It was weird. And then they had the weird. It was cool because there were parts of it that you could tell were filmed in the 80s. Like whenever the girl was dressed up and like gonna attack him, they had that whole like flash of like her face and stuff like that. Like that was kind of cool because of the time period. But it was weird. I was like, no, it would have been better if you just saw her sitting there. I don't know. I just didn't care about any part of it except for Harrison Ford. That's it. I just did not understand it. Didn't cry about it. Didn't feel for it. Didn't care that he might be a thing too. No, that is not.
So, alternate Beatles title. I saw her sitting there. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I saw her sleeping there.
Oh,
yeah. So on a kind of a weird note, my systematic theology teacher or professor at school, Blade Runner is his favorite movie. Yeah, I'm like, I guess there's like theological stuff in there, which like he likes that.
It's nowhere close to my favorite movie, but there's a depth to it that I really appreciate.
Yeah, I think that's where he's.
Is your theology systematic?
I would pick up on it.
Is it high dramatic?
high dramatic. I will say, going back to Dune for a second, I will say the lead character, I was telling Dave yesterday that I felt that the lead character, at least depending on who you consider the lead character, the young
Muad'Dib would be the lead character.
It's giving up some strong Kylo Ren vibes. So depending on how you felt about the angstness of Kylo Ren, you know, you
I want to be a Jedi.
He says that.
I've got sand in my shorts. It's a lot of that kind of stuff.
A lot of Jerry Lewis all of a sudden.
Yeah, I like that though, based on the trailers.
Yeah, ladies.
Well,
Yeah. When I saw that trailer for that, I'm like, yeah, I saw the first one. There's no way you're gonna make me watch the second.
I love the book. The book is excellent.
Wait.
What?
The helicopters
Is there helicopters in it?
are amazing. You will die for these helicopters. Seriously,
Maybe.
you are the only person I know that I can guarantee would go, that was worth it.
Give it like 100%.
The helicopters are really cool.
So what do you think of True Lies with the Harrier scenes?
Oh, I like that. That's pretty fun. That was even no, I was gonna say I think that was like one of the units, my sister units when I was in the Marines, but
Well, we've lulled again.
Yeah.
I'm looking up the helicopter, see if I can get a decent.
Oh, they look like dragonflies. Yeah, somebody told me about that.
Like dragonflies.
Yeah, somebody brought that up at school.
They're called ornithopters.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they are really. I honestly, and they look really cool. Like
So
they
you'd love to see a making of half-hour show about Dune, but wouldn't want to watch Dune again.
They're made to look like the things in Revelations, probably.
Really?
Yeah, they said they're like dragonflies. That would
build. Yeah, they do look like dragonflies, and it's the one thing I thought during this movie is that it's really well done. I
So
think
the wings actually move?
They up and down.
Yeah.
You know, and so they spin out from the back like they're long, and then they come around the ship, and then they flutter at rapid speeds until liftoff. I mean,
I realize it's not, the present time and the present planet, but still they've never yet been able to come up with any good design for an efficient aircraft that has flapping wings.
Well, I've heard the
the bird.
It might not be Earth, right? And they set the year at 10,000 and something.
Oh yeah.
Right? So I mean, that the point where even if it is Earth, any connection to, which is odd because they're wearing Nikes. I don't know.
No. What's like in Back to the Future 2? What year did that take place?
2015.
Yeah.
All the
With your
Back to the Future
hoverboards
are now in the past.
They almost got the baseball game right.
They did. They were only 1 year
The
off.
Chicago Cubs won a year later.
Yep.
And they said Miami had a baseball team, which they didn't have back then.
Miami.
Speaking of 10,000 years, has anybody else watched La Brea?
Mm-mm. Where they fall in the hole?
Yeah.
No, you do like La Brea.
It's pretty cool.
No,
That's
I
all.
saw trailers, but
I missed that.
No, I never gave it a shot yet.
It's worth it. The 10th and final episode of the season's about to air tomorrow, so you can binge it on Peacock.
Are they getting picked up?
They did get picked up for a second season.
Oh wow.
So it's going to end in a cliffhanger.
They're only doing 10 episodes. They're doing, I've been doing, because of the sitcom thing, I've been doing a lot of research, and people are saying that 8 to 10 episodes is so much better than trying to stretch something to 26 episodes like they used to do.
Well, that's what the Brits have done for forever.
Yeah.
8 episodes that's a season for them.
Yeah, like Faulty Towers was what, like 2 6-episode seasons? It
Yeah.
was like tiny.
Same with
And
The
it's
Office.
it's considered one of the most amazing sitcoms.
That's crazy. It's
So-
nice though to watch British because you can binge an entire show a lot quicker and
in like
it's
20
pretty
minutes.
good.
That's why I like shows that were so bad they will cancel it early, because then you can binge them really well.
Yeah.
Yes, Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
Great show.
Oh man,
all to get through that.
Manimal.
Cop Rock.
Yeah, Cop Rock. Oh, man.
my God.
Relieved.
Hello, Larry.
Hello, Larry.
Oh, I love that show.
I did enjoy Hello, Larry.
He left MASH to start to do that show.
How about Aftermash? What about Aftermash? No.
Jamie Farr. Oh.
Okay, so not entertainment movie related, but since it is Cyber Monday, anybody get any wonderful Cyber Monday deals or Black Friday deals that they want to share?
I got new headphones.
Nice.
And you have them already.
Yeah, they're Friday and they came today, and they're the same brand as my microphone. So now I can hear Shirley better.
Don't call me Shirley.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nothing exciting, I picked up an SD card. It's like there were some good prices on some random things I needed, but nothing really interesting.
Yeah,
No.
I got a bunch of texts, but if I spend any more money, I will starve. So that's where I'm at.
You won't. You just be over here eating all my food, or at Alex's.
No, I'm gonna die because if I spend any more money, that's it. I have Walmart gift cards now that I've had since I was 14. I got them on Christmas. I was gonna buy a Nerf gun with it, and I said to myself, I will need this one day, and here I am. So smartest decision I ever made in my life.
Spending your Nerf money.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was gonna buy a big Nerf gun.
We had Nerf wildfires at work. We used to have battles, which was the first really big Nerf machine gun. And you would crank that thing up. It had like 40 darts it held, and you could just blast. It was awesome.
Oh my goodness.
A hard day at the office.
Yep.
So here we go. Here's a little snippet. Here's a little snippet for Wade.
Yeah.
See there.
What the heck?
The dragonfly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it now because of those things.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I would think you would enjoy the, it's a good looking movie.
They also have the blue eyes too, like they did in the first one.
Yes.
Yeah, why is that?
Probably a plot thing.
Because of the spice.
Watch and find out.
Whatever.
But it's like a
probably
real
more
thing?
nitrogen in the air than whatever or
They've
something.
been living there with the spice.
They're Aryans.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So yeah.
Waiting for where there's sandworms in it.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh,
You're
very,
right.
very large
Like
sandworms.
Beetlejuice.
They're probably the
Somewhat
ones
similar, actually, yeah.
movie that everybody liked.
They're much bigger than the ones in Beetlejuice, though.
It looks great, and they take a lot of time showing you how great it all looks.
Oh yeah.
So if you want like a long, sweeping shots of the
Yeah,
desert,
the first one was long too.
yeah. But if it's just not my cup of tea.
There's no sting in this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No spoilers. No, I'm kidding.
Why couldn't you have Sting in it, man?
Yeah, they're gonna mash it up with Only Murders in the Building just so they can have some more sting.
There you go, right? Adam's got a bunch of PS5 and Switch games.
Rub it in. Oh, that's just cruel.
Crossing.
Cody did not find a PS5 on Black Friday, and I did not find an OLED Switch either, which is what I've been looking for. It's things are in short supply out there. The OLED Switch is the latest version of the Nintendo Switch, which has slightly larger
organic light emitting diodes.
Thank you. There you go.
The organic LED display.
Bigger screen, slightly bigger.
Which is what my phone has.
Kent probably wants it. Let's be real.
He didn't say that. So
Okay.
No, that's why Kent's been talking about getting rid of his sometime.
He wants to get rid of it because he has the one with Mario Kart on there, and he said that mine has better battery life than his does, and he tells me it all the time.
The very first ones that came out, they released a new version 6 or whatever months later that has better battery life.
Right.
Yeah, I got mine like a lot later than he did.
Yeah, that's the problem for being an early adopter.
Yep.
Oh, Adam really rubbing it in now.
Bummer. Adam just lost his internet connection, so he had to leave the chat.
Adam,
it would be a shame if you just became such a generous soul.
I'm so sorry for Adam that January is going to be all rom-com month on this.
Oh yes.
Oh.
February.
Oh, that would be mean.
To celebrate Valentine's Day, February will be all rom-coms.
Not a bad idea.
It'd be fun, actually.
Honestly, go for it.
There
I'll
you
watch them.
There are some great ones. I mean, we
You
we
have
watched
someone
them
to
when
watch them with.
When Harry Met Sally
myself.
certainly was well rated.
Oh, when Harry Met Sally, come on. We've had quite a few that have done very well.
Notting Hill did very well.
Princess Bride, right? Did very well.
You could argue about Silver Linings Playbook being a rom-com, but it's kind of one.
It is.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
You know, or Stace, as Denise refers to Silver Linings Playbook to me as, you know, the movie with all the running. You can never remember the title, but she's like, but you know that movie we watched with all the running?
So she sure doesn't get it mixed up with Chariots of Fire? Or?
Yeah, we haven't done that one yet. Maybe when we do that one,
Oh,
it'll...
I love that movie.
Which one?
Da, 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 da,
Chariots. Yes, the Vangelis music, yeah.
da, 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 da. You have to do the slow mo.
Or The Running Man.
The Running Man was good.
That is also very true.
Get your Schwarzenegger and Richard Dawson groove on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you're all making plans for tomorrow. Tomorrow is National Personal Space Day.
Me every day of my life.
So, you know, respect your neighbors.
So do you plan to spend it alone?
Yes.
It's like every other. No, I'm sorry.
I have handbooks to do. I'm not talking to nobody. Like,
When people ask, you can tell them that you're just respecting National Personal Space Day.
yes.
I check the national days purposely now to look for ideas of what to do with our Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah.
I saw that. Oh my gosh, the Taylor Swift one. I was sitting there looking at it. I was like, who is Jake G?
Are you still going to be doing this when your youngest is 40?
Of course I am. That is such a Shemer thing to do.
Yeah,
Right?
it
They put it in their houses.
Yeah,
I'll be doing it in their house.
you'll be breaking in to plant the elf somewhere.
That seems reasonable, right? We'll
Just
just have
hope you better hope none of them ever goes to jail. You know, trying to break into the jail so you can leave the elf somewhere would be kind of awkward.
leave the elf, you know, with some plastique inside the inside the torso.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should watch a good Prison Break movie sometime.
Black Widow has
there
a
a good
prison
one?
break scene.
Oh, there are good ones. Yeah.
Didn't we watch Shawshank? Isn't that the only one that matters?
What about Papillon?
I have no
That's a
idea.
good one.
Yeah, but he never gets away.
That's a made up.
Oh, what's the one where? Oh, who is it? He's like the guy that designs all the security stuff, and then he has to break out of his own.
Is that The Rock?
No.
Probably.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know who it is though.
Because there's The Rock with Sean Connery
Yeah,
and
that's a
Nick
pretty good
Cage.
one.
But
That's a break-in, break-out.
yeah, that is a break-in. That's true.
Break out.
I don't know what it's called.
Don't get your heist movies confused with your
No, this isn't Ocean 72
8,
or
that's
whatever
what I
it
was
was.
gonna say. Ocean.
Escape Plan. Yes.
There it is.
Escape Plan, yeah.
Thank you, Adam. I'm still upset with you.
And Ocean's 11's pretty funny.
I mean, that's true. We watched Shawshank. That's a prison break movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I brought that up.
Yeah.
So Cody, you can't be mad at Adam.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not mad at. I'm upset with him that he
If he was-
purposely chose to brag about it again.
PS5s. Every week he was buying another PS5.
Adam's going to turn on his video now just so we can watch him playing his PS5.
You sent the video clip in of him holding his OLED.
Again, there's only one or two games I'd play on a PS5, and the only reason I want one is because my PlayStation sounds like a jet engine taking off.
My problem with the OLED, and I'm really picky about the OLED Switch. I really want the white one. I feel like if I'm going to get one, I want the one that purposely looks like it's something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm being super picky about that.
Well, good luck.
And he's going to start streaming on Twitch.
Yo, let me know. I stream. I'll help you out. I'll help you get set up.
Yeah,
I'm streaming around on Twitch right now.
So are we.
thebeardedgamer.com.
I know. I shared your guys' YouTube link, Twitch link, and Facebook link. I created a command specifically to share all your socials.
You're awesome.
And it's always better to be playing video games than watching the Steelers these days. So,
who's that about? Who is this team?
sorry to bring the room down.
Yeah, well, the
It was already
Seahawks.
there.
I don't even know.
Seahawks are on right now.
Is that a good thing?
They need to
Listen,
go 7.
the
They
worst-
need to go 7-0 to salvage their season.
The worst part about today was I had to work with a guy all day in my truck. I had a guy that ride around with me today, and he was a Bengals fan.
Oh, I wondered where that guy was.
Yeah, the one.
A Bengals fan.
See, I don't know much about football, but I know that everybody hates the Patriots. So whenever I'm in a room full of football fans, I just go Pats.
Everybody hates the Patriots outside of New England. Everybody outside of Dallas hates the Cowboys. It's just certain teams.
Everybody outside of the Steelers organization hates the Steelers, it seems like.
Well, except that there's
Only
so
when
many
they lose.
transplant Pittsburghers everywhere, so you do see terrible towels in every stadium.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and Pittsburgh bars in every state
Yep,
you go.
I'm going to a Pittsburgh bar in Columbus.
It doesn't have to be a bar anymore. Like any restaurant you go into, they've got TVs. You can go to the fanciest restaurant.
She's talking about ones that actually are Steelers themed, where
Yeah,
you know,
so there's some
year
in Ocean
round
City that we
there's
go
Steelers
to.
paraphernalia all over the walls and everything.
Mhm.
We love our sports. We bleed black and gold.
Yeah, you know, when your team sucks, which happens eventually to every city and to Cleveland all the time, it's okay as long as the teams that's winning isn't the team you hate the most. You know, if the Steelers aren't going to win the division, but you don't want the Ravens to win it,
or the Bengals, or the Browns.
I would rather have the Bengals win the division.
If the Bengals win it, you know they're just going to fall on their face in the first
That's
playoff
true.
game. So, you know, it doesn't bother you that much.
Yep.
They're the Bungles. They always bungle.
And in honor of Eric, I will play this right now.
This has been Sports Talk, when Eric had no idea what anyone was talking about.
Yeah, I blacked out about 4
Me.
minutes ago.
We haven't played that in a long time.
See,
Well, yes. Well, what have you been watching? That's partly what I've been watching.
Absolutely.
Sports.
I don't even understand football. Like I watched it in high school sometimes because you know you have to go to the football games. But like my cousins played and that was kind of it, and they were actually relatively okay. But that was it. Like that's my football thing. So the only reason I liked teams as a kid was because of the colors, and so I was a huge Miami Dolphins fan for like 30 seconds, and then I loved the Colts, and that was it. I had no idea what anything was.
Not bad teams
Blue
to
and
like.
white.
Yeah,
Peyton Manning. She loved Peyton Manning.
yeah. Didn't know what he looked like, but he was the greatest. He was.
They do some good commercials now with the Manning family.
Mhm. No, that was it.
It reminded me actually a little bit of a Christmas Story. There's the commercial where Archie's walking down the hall, and I think it's at ESPN headquarters or something, and Eli and Peyton are behind him, like kicking each other and like knocking each other into the wall, and their dad keeps going around, "What are you doing back there?" Nothing.
My siblings would just not even entertain my play fighting. That's how I live in my house. Try to get a high five to my sister's like.
We got 2 movies for next week. Woo.
And will any of them outscore A Christmas Story?
That's a tough call.
That is a tough call. That'll be very interesting.
Yeah, there are some big ones.
I said most of our holiday movies have ended up on page 2. So, and this week we did bump The Greatest Showman to page 2, which I know most people
As it deserves.
be okay with.
Thank
Next
you,
week is show 90 or movie 98 and 99.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unreal.
Mm.
And this is week 77 that we've done a show in a row. Have we skipped one of these? I don't think we've skipped one.
No, we have
I
not.
know I've skipped Clutch Radio, but I don't think we've ever skipped one of these.
So if you ever get to the 300th movie, we should watch 300.
Ooh.
Oh, that would be interesting. We should start to watch for movies.
I watched that in the history.
We already watched 127 hours, so we can't watch that for the 127th movie.
We missed
101 Dalmatians. We could do 101 Dalmatians.
That's true.
Yes.
Is that a Christmas movie?
Yes, it is a Christmas movie. It's snowing in it.
It's
Yeah.
now
And
we're
it's Christmas morning when they come
it's
along.
like us again
It's snowing in it. That's your criteria.
for Christmas.
That's
It makes
everybody
me
else's
feel like it is
criteria.
Christmas. I don't
So
know.
Ice
if it's
Station
a week or
Zebra
not.
is a Christmas movie?
I think it is a Christmas movie. I'm not
Probably
sure.
is.
It's been a while since Reagan watched it. I don't remember.
Which one?
101 Dalmatians.
The original animated one, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes, I some days I have accidental Disney Plus days, and I watch every movie on Disney Plus that I used to watch as a kid. So they
Speaking
are
of
subject
Disney,
to that.
the actor who played Scott Farkas in A Christmas Story, he was talking about how he was a big Peter Pan fan, partly because Peter Pan had red hair and so did he, so he really liked him, and he got a dog, and he thought how great it would be to name his dog because Peter Pan's sidekick was Tinkerbell, so he named his dog Tinkerbell, which, in hindsight, for a guy trying to be a guy, was not the best of ideas.
But that's cute though.
That's adorable.
I like that.
He says even though he played a villain in the movie, people whenever they recognize him, they all run up and give him a hug and tell him how much they love the movie. And
up to the ground and they start punching him.
Yeah, they start cursing at the top of their lungs.
Me? No.
Red yellow eyes.
So now I've got issues with Adam. No, Adam said he went to the Funko headquarters.
Oh,
oh no.
Adam's living my best life. Adam is out. Yeah, I do really want to.
Yeah, that's here.
Go headquarters.
He took his OLED Switch and went to the Funko headquarters where he met Scarlett Johansson. But
just another day in the life of Adam.
And Zach Levi was there, and there were airplanes flying overhead and helicopters, and Berlin was playing.
Rick Springfield was his Uber driver. It was great.
Wait, what?
Rick Springfield.
Debbie Gibson was there.
Oh no. Wow.
And Ross Martin.
He's dead.
That was the surprise.
But Ross Martin.
So was JFK, but
Yeah, it's in Everett. I've wanted to go to it. Now that I have, I have 7 Funko Pops. Eric planted the seeds.
I would like to make myself.
I'm collecting the Seinfeld ones.
I have more than I should, but I have slowed down greatly in the past year. Although the ones from Hawkeye are adorable, What has he got? What is it? It's
Mr. Rogers.
It's very nice.
I have that.
In a bloodstained sweater.
It's not mine, it's Margaret's.
By the way, if you want to get some Christmas gifts, you can go to EriDanShop.com. I don't know if we have any Funko Pops there yet.
Do you have anything new? I haven't looked for a while.
Don't have an Eric and
nothing new yet.
There's been a lack of time to develop new items for the shop, but for 2022.
What, you got a job or something now, Eric? What?
I don't know what's going on. A little less time than there was before.
Yeah.
But there will be new merch in 2022. If you want, I think you can get gift cards for people for Christmas, and then they can share. They'll be able to spend their money next year.
EriDan Shop gift cards.
I'm disappointed that the Robert Redford shirt.
I need to revisit that. My image, although it was completely doctored, was still too close to a copyright issue for them. It was available for like a week, and then they took it down. So I don't know if they would have produced it if anybody had tried to order it quickly or not.
You never know. I mean, it could.
I think we did like a week later, and then it was like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
If somebody did order one, they have the only one.
That would be true.
Ooh, collector's item.
We don't have it.
Would be a collector's item. But at least I can get you phone wallpaper of that. That would be confusing.
That would be extremely confusing.
Yeah, the comedy show, nobody knows EriDan.
No, but they should.
They should. I mean, I can give it a plug for sure.
That's sort of Dan Rosenberg classic,
Yes, that's for the Uber fans. Walmart carries quite a few Funko Pops. Actually, the thing I want from Walmart is they have Funko Pop Christmas ornaments. They're almost expensive as the full size ones. Yeah, super cute.
Well, part of my my Black Friday on Amazon was the Kramer in his underwear Amazon exclusive Funko Pop.
That's funny.
So I now have that. I have now 5 total.
Wow.
I've never wanted a figure of
Michael Richards in his underwear. And he's slurring racial things. It's a whole thing. There's a Laugh Factory version.
That's right. There's the Mel Gibson one too,
Yes, of course.
What's that?
I took Kent to the Exchange up in Robinson tonight, and they had Funko everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But they had one of Spock. No box. It looked a little scuffed. $80. $80 for that. I was like,
and it was the Zachary Quinto Spock. It was surprising.
I'm not sure if it was or not. Actually, I couldn't tell because it's Funko.
Oh, you can tell.
I'm not sure if it was.
From the uniform, if nothing else.
It probably was because his hand was like this.
Yeah, it was blue. I don't know who.
Yeah, they have a lot at the Exchange. They have a lot at SW Randall. At least they used to.
Where's that?
There's one in Squirrel Hill, one in downtown.
Oh, okay.
I always go to the Squirrel Hill one if I go anywhere, but
I used to have
downtown.
But
Downtown.
I would like to get one of myself. I think it'd be cool. But my grandma would call me narcissistic.
Really?
Sounds like a Christmas idea for the.
Why would anyone think you're narcissistic just because you have a toy made of your own self?
know.
That would be.
I don't know.
It's hard to
As
say.
long as you don't have like
So judgmental.
fake awards.
No, I do have a Dundee award though. I am hottest in the office. So
That was
that's all.
Was that in the very first episode where he has the world's greatest boss? He said, "I love this mug so much, I just had to buy it."
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Michael.
Awesome. All right, Dan, is there Clutch Radio on Saturday? How was
There is, and we'll be driving in a car. I'm not sure what car yet. We're trying to find our next project because we've sold everything else. Yeah,
Hey, get a 37 Olds Model 6, and you can just be like A Christmas Story.
There you go.
It would be fun to get another movie car. That was fun having the Back to the Future.
The station wagon from National Lampoon's Christmas.
Except that's a fictitious car. You'd have to fabricate it.
Yeah. So is the Time Machine from Back to the Future. That's actually fictitious.
Well, but that's
DeLorean's
very
real.
heavily. But it is at least a single car. It's mostly based on.
That is true. But yeah, and the comedy show, Adam will be there, so maybe we'll stream
Nice.
part of the show.
Cool.
Really?
Bring Adam up on stage.
I can't get permission for. Well, he's pretty much in the front. Adam, by the way, do you want to move to the front row? Because I know a guy, and they haven't released the front row yet, but I can move you into the front row, especially since the COVID thing didn't work when he bought his ticket. He bought his ticket so soon they hadn't even set it up yet.
Oh, that's why it's next to that
And
crowd
so
of
there's
three.
people beside him. How much did you pay for your ticket? I'm curious because I think when you got on, you could actually pick a free ticket.
I think he actually got it from a scalper. But
No, with that beard, I'm getting from a scalper. That's ironic. Would that be irony? But I'm thinking of trying to. Okay, Adam paid the right amount because there was a way you could click a different button and get it for free. I am trying to see if I can maybe stream part of it, which would be
Cool.
When is it? Saturday?
Friday the 12th.
The 12th.
No, the 10th.
I was
12/10. 12/10. It's 2 weeks from. It's a week from this Friday.
Yes.
Oh.
And we've already sold more tickets than the shows that are this weekend.
Wow.
So
Way to be.
it should sell out. They've sold out everything they've done so far at the new location.
I sent a copy of this to Dan earlier.
They're very funny.
This is a great. That's my favorite thing ever.
Surprise Ken hasn't.
My
done
God,
that.
I can't believe
I
I
was
did
gonna say.
myself. I'm so sad.
that is a great idea.
It is a brilliant, brilliant idea.
I don't even know where his DeLorean is.
I do.
It's not where it is, it's when it is.
When it is.
Ta-da!
It's in 2015.
It faded away in 20.
Oh,
I
I
am
tried
Darth
to.
Vader from the planet Vulcan.
I tried to make him a hoverboard one year, and the spray paint didn't work, and so I stopped doing it. And
You know I threw that away, right?
no, I didn't. But okay,
I did. When we had the dumpster.
I have one sitting over here. I just can't get up and grab it.
You did.
Is
All
it
right.
like a painted one or what?
Well, okay, hold on.
All right, go get it. I think it's the Hasbro one, the actual official Hasbro.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's fancy.
It's not a Hot
Fancy
Wheels.
like that. He's fancy like Applebee's. No, I'm sorry.
Eric, I was going through pictures yesterday, this weekend, and I found pictures of you and Dan that I had taken at your.
Really?
But then I went to get them. When I got up to go get them, I realized that I shoved them back in a box and put them in the basement again.
Wow. That's
Now I have
it. That's where I tried to paint.
Dig them out.
What's metal? It's yeah.
It's yeah,
Wow.
very good. Except
Replica.
what's weird is when I got it, so see how these are black?
Yeah.
This was the stripes were black for some reason instead of green, so I put green tape over them. Made no sense why they printed it in black.
That's
Probably
weird.
copyright somehow.
I don't know. I mean, it was handmade by a guy. Like these weren't.
Oh.
This wasn't.
He just-
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe he was watching it on a black and white set.
Or it's
Yeah.
fine.
But it's pretty cool.
It's beautiful.
Doesn't hover, but
Very cool.
Dang.
Nice.
or does it? Just hanging out over here.
Take it snowboarding.
Ooh, Dan's working on his special effects for his sitcom.
Yeah.
Just slightly out of frame. All right, perfect. All right, well, everybody have a wonderful week. Enjoy Home Alone and It's a Wonderful Life.
Have a wonderful life.
Stay home alone tomorrow because personal space. Have a wonderful life. If we don't see you next week, have a wonderful life.
You can't say that without sounding mean. Have a good life.
Good luck with your future endeavors.
Good luck with finals, whenever that is.
Oh, thanks.
Next week, probably 2 weeks.
It looks like Home Alone is on Disney Plus.
It is, yeah.
Plus the new one. Now talk about your bonus watching.
All three.
Sure. You think it'll come up as a suggestion when you finish watching the?
Yeah.
Probably.
Is It's a Wonderful Life streaming or is it just on 24/7?
That I didn't look for because I have it on disc. So
It's a wonderful life for
For
us.
It's a wonderful life
Oh,
for us.
it looks like it's on Amazon Prime.
look at that.
It's on Hulu. It's on.
So many ways to watch.
It's on
Are there any that are
Tubi.
not colorized?
I don't watch the colorized one. Don't.
I watched it by accident last year when I was wrapping presents.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
Mr. Potter.
Ted Turner did some interesting stuff, but that was when he's going to pay penance for a long time.
Because hell is in Technicolor.
Wow.
No, this is
Except inside your mouth, it's black and white still.
I know, I hate that. It's creepy.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yep.
All right.
Have a wonderful life. We'll see you guys next Monday night.
Sounds like a plan. Good night.